have anything prepared like I normally do, like because today I'm gonna speak from my heart. And actually, my son would actually correct me because of the way I say heart, you know. But I'm gonna speak from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate everybody in here. I appreciate the tea party and what just us being together and fellowshipping and enjoying each other. This is something that's special to me so much that I know there's no tea today, but we start back the tea, serving tea because it will be cool next month. So look out for that. And what has the tea party done? The tea party to me has made us have a way of socializing outside of the church. That means, at least, you know, when you're in church, all during fellowship time, you know, where you know we talk to each other. I mean, we say hi, we hug. At least here you are able to kind of chit chat more than 5 minutes because you know we are not rushing. I mean, we are rushing, but not as much as in the church. And you're able to see each other in you know, more relaxed and more. So this is ours. We are the guests, and we're gonna sit down and enjoy. But to me, apart from the tea is for us. But as a church, how do we move forward outside of the tea? You know, because of course it's New Jerusalem, and there's a lot of people who ask, will I be invited in the tea? You know, fine, eventually we will invite other people, but what a church is not just us. So, you know, we can have fun together, but what are we doing outside of the church? So this is where today is. I come in and during my rush, I forgot my speech, but God knew why, because I have to speak from my heart. You know, the people, I believe that part of the church growing and part of us, Jesus Christ, is to try and get to people, to bring people to church, to make people understand who Jesus Christ is. But how do we understand? How do we make people understand that? Not by just going and telling them, hey, come to church, and preaching to them. Sometimes it's giving. Sometimes it's more what you can do. It is hard sometimes to tell people that you're helping them when they're hungry, or they need clothes, or they need something other than you know, the spiritual needs. So. And we can't do it all. We can't feed every poor people out there. We can't provide for everybody. We can, you know, but we can start somewhere. Because as a church, the way we can grow and bring people into the church is serving others. We have a community here that needs us. I mean, it's Axtell, but they need us. We extend. From what I found out just 2 days ago, Axtell don't even have a mayor. And
oh my gosh, really?
and to tell you that's stupid, but I'm telling you, that's how much I've learned about the city. It's a small city, but Waco, we are part of Waco, so yeah. that makes me understand it more. So what can we do for the Waco community? Like I told you, everybody texted you that there is many services, and I said, if you have a service that you want to talk about that we can bring in here that can reach out to people, because the way to reach people is not by, sometimes there's a sister out there who just saying, hey, come on to church. You don't go to people like, come on. Sometimes it's how you behave, what you do, and sometimes what shows in you, your happiness. That's a giving, you know, just me being there sometimes and being, you know, laughing, and you know, that itself sometimes is what somebody needs. So, what is the surprise today? Okay, the devil was trying to hide the surprise, the rain, you know. So it's like, it's kind of hard, but the devil is a liar. It is something that I have been working on, and it is something that it's going to be part of us, and it's part of us reaching the New Jerusalem reaching the outside community, and that is, to me, it's called the Dress for Success. You know, we can reach to the homeless people. There's a lot of things that that's going on right now with the homeless community. Most churches actually do something, but then as a group of women and as a church, I felt like, how can we reach women that are hurting, you know, and I believe that the abuse center, and there's a lot of women that are going through domestic violence. They say that three in 4 women have gone through some form of domestic abuse. As you all know, you know the story, I've been there, you know. And to me, Pastor had told me about the building right here. After I met him, said he was planning to make it into a donation center. And I took on that, you know. I said, how am I gonna do this? How are we gonna do this? He said, oh yeah, we're gonna make it into a donation center. I said, okay. So I took on that as a pastor's wife, and I said, what can I do? Of course, you'd ask, how do you fill up that donation center? And how do you make it out to the public? So we, like I said, you don't have to do it very big, but you can start small. So we start the donation center, Pastor, and he'll tell you more a little bit about it too. It's more like a Dress for Success. It's where we become a resource center for organizations like the Abuse Center. And what we do is they can come and get clothes from here. And the clothes is going to be for women who are looking out for a job. We are saying it's for Abuse Center, but there is other organizations that I think there's the Christian Women Job Corps, and there's other organizations that need this, whereby they can come in, and we have clothes in there. That's why I say the devil is a liar, because you would have seen how much we have in there. And we will still open it if somebody can, there's a pavement here if you want to walk in and see what. It's been, I've been working on that myself. When I took on that project, Pastor said, you got to do it. That means he wasn't going to touch the paint himself. He said, oh, that's you, you know. Of course, he's the one who bought the paints and that did everything. So you'll see it's washed. So it's not creepy. Don't even think you're going to a creepy place. It's not creepy, you know. And I did clean, and that's how much I'm telling you I'm dedicated to this thing. I went in there, I found dead animals in there. There were some squirrels that walked in there, or dead animals. You know, you're cleaning and you don't know if there's a snake that's come, because that building was really creepy. But I did it, you know. I cleaned it up myself. I did have help one time for the painting of the walls. When Cheryl was here, she did help me with her fiance, you know, but it's not done. The clothes are there though. the clothes are there. There's and for that I'll let you see how much clothes we have there, so that you can judge for yourself. I don't want to put it up or down, you know. But this is going to be a resource for us to reach out to the community. We're not going to open it out that, hey, come on, tell your friends, come on, we have a donation. You know everybody will come. So we're going to use a voucher system, whereby we give those vouchers to organizations, even churches that need that. We can give 5, 10. We say, okay, if you have a woman that needs clothes to go to look for a job, because it's called Dress for Success, it's for job, people who are looking out for a job, you can go ahead and get that voucher, and they can come. We're not going to, we will open on Sundays, and Sundays after church. That means you come to church, and after church, we will open for about 30 minutes or so, you know, and you can go in and get your outfit. So it wouldn't be like you can come on a Saturday and say, oh, I'm coming to get now. We don't do that, because we don't have we don't have that many people who can sit down and do that. So it's a process. Well, Pastor gave me a date for opening, so that's a challenge, because this thing has been in the process since I think January or so. You know, I've been trying, and one time I gave up. I have clothes in there, but I said, I can't do this, because there were times I would try and get somebody to do the floors, and the people would say they're coming. Pastor would come here, wait for them. They didn't come. Pastor, so it was supposed to open earlier than that, but the more it kept on bouncing. You know, every time somebody would say they're coming, they don't come. And then one day I told Pastor, then I'll do it. He said, are you for sure? He said, huh? You do it. I said, okay. Well, I did it, you know. I took on that project. I don't know how to paint, but let me tell you, all I know is that you do the roller thing, you know, and God blessed me with one more friend, you know, that, you know, how I always talk to people. And I was talking to her one day, and in the midst of it, because I'd given up, at one time I told Pastor, maybe I just need to go give out this clothes for donation. And I said, for a donation. I really don't think this is working, because months and months were going, and I wanted to give up. I really wanted to give it up. But then one day I stopped doing anything about it. Then I was walking outside, and one of the friends said, hey, man, so we're talking, and she said, like me, I like to paint. I was like, huh? I like to. He said, I just like to, you know, it's just, you know, I just like to do things like painting. And then I said, oh, then guess what? That happened to be the lady, she's my friend, her name is Sonia. And when I started doing the brush, because, you know, I just go like that, the corners, I don't know how to do. Actually, I painted the windows, and Pastor told me, I hope you've not painted the windows, because he knows me. I said, oh, well, too late. I already painted it. Because what I did was I was just smearing, you know, he got everything, but I don't know how to be very, that's not me, you know, to be very precise. People like Pastor or some other people are very good at doing edges. I'm not good, and Pastor knows me, so he said, leave the edges to me. I said, it's too late.
Oh my God.
I already did it. Well, it's not a perfect place. Well, but then that friend I got, the day she came, I realized that what she likes to do was to do the very ends of the corners and the edges. I said, God, look at you. You're telling me to keep going. And he was telling me to keep going, because to tell you the truth, there are times that even with the tea, you know, sometimes when, you know, you're like, I have to go there and prepare. But, you know, like Pastor was talking today, you make a promise to God, you make a commitment, and it's not for me. This is from the bottom of my heart. Pastor knows that me coming to this place was, if I'm so stressed, like even the days that I was stressed about my daughter, and I'd be sitting there in front of my computer to work, and Pastor would walk into the room and tell me, do you want to go to the, because he doesn't want me coming here by myself, you know, and doing all that. So he said, do you want to go to the donations? I said, yeah, you know, because to me, it's not work. It's what I love to do. Committing myself and doing this for people and working with the domestic violence group. I've already talked to the domestic violence. I've visited them. They're excited about this. They told me the family abuse center. They told me that, Lillian, we have a thrift store, but when the women come to the thrift store, everything has gone. We send them there to go get like an outfit to go look for a job. Everything has gone. People have bought the good stuff. So this is something that they're looking forward to. And they've called me a few times. You said April. I said, don't worry, we're okay. It's still coming. You know, I have an organization, a woman friend of mine, her name is Brenda Jackson. When I first started, when we started the donation thing, and you notice that when Pastor had that little thing hanging out, that was him trying to say what he intended. So this is something that he's been working on. When I try to ask for clothes, and it's not easy for people to give you clothes. So one day I was praying to God, God, is this what you want? Is this really what you, then my friend, one day I called her, I'd known her during my abuse, she's the one lady that I went, gave me my first couch when I ended up going to the shelter. And she said, Lillian, what are you doing? I said, we had gone with Pastor for one of her events. She said, oh, come and get clothes. But the thing is, this is for us. And if this is not an assertion for you guys to know that God is not sleeping, God is with us. And if this does not tell you that let's keep on the faith, you know, Jesus only had 12 disciples. And with that 12 disciples, he made a lot of changes. We can still make a change no matter how many people we are in the church. With this donation center, organizations will have our name in their mouth. They'll be saying, hey, you want to go to New Jerusalem, they'll give you or organizations and even out there. So this is something that, even though this is a small church, but we reach people out there. You know that our Facebook has 12,000 likes. So even though we are small, we are reaching communities in every way.
Amen.
It may not show up sometimes in church, but it doesn't. Just hearing a good word, even a good post, or good, it's just like sometimes I send those nice posts. Some days I don't have the energy to send it, and some days I send it and nobody even says, "Hey, I saw it." But then one day you send it and somebody says, "Man, I loved it. This made my day." So you keep doing it, as long as you're doing things for for God's glory. Everything will be okay. And just let's keep the faith. This is just the beginning, and that building there, even these other churches, they'll know what's going on here, and through this, the reason why this is important to me, when I was at the shelter, I went to, they used to take us to church. And when you're in a shelter, even if it's domestic violence, a private place, I had my own room and everything, they still call you homeless, And they used to take her. I only went with my daughter, she was like 5, to the shelter, and I had nothing. But to me, I didn't think I had nothing. And I remember on Sundays, because I stayed there for 1 month, on Sundays they would take us to, 2 churches would come. One was the Mission Arlington, and another one was, I forgot the name of it. They're no longer, some other church took over. But they would ask us, "Hey, Sunday today, who wants to go to church?" We would choose a church. Me, I chose a church that fed me that time, because you want to eat something different, And then also you want to go to a church that after church they would give you clothes. Like they used to say, "Oh, you can go to our donation center after church and pick up something." So we all, and my daughter loved that. We would go in there, they had some toys, and of course I do have some toys in there, new toys. So, they would go there and pick up a toy and pick up something. And that made our day. Until today, my daughter used to say, "Man, I love staying at the women's shelter, man." I'm thinking it was really, because to her it was like a hotel. So if you can make somebody's day to just with even just one thing, even if it's one blouse, even if it's one shirt, you made their day. So I hope I make that somebody feel, even just with one item. Because we might have even somebody in church one day who has nothing, and we can say, "Hey, we can give you something to wear to church," or something like that.
So it don't have to be women of abuse. This can be somebody that's in need of something.
It's gonna be primarily for the abuse center, but because if we open it like that, I have people who, and I do have people who, as long as they know there's a donation center, they'll come here and say, there's, and actually I talked to the abuse center, they told me they have that too. People will even go to the abuse center just so they abuse so they can get the benefits. There are people like that. So we don't want to open it like that. But as a church, we will have somebody here make that decision, It doesn't have to be me, but make that decision, talk about it, and we see, can we do this to this person, But we can give it to a church, or we can give some vouchers to a church, so we have control of what's going in and out.
Amen.
That way we just don't just go, "Ooh, come on," you'll have people lining up just. Okay, on the 20th, Pastor said we have the organization, the Day to Shine. It's called I Can Still Shine Foundation. It's Brenda Jackson is the director. She's one of my good best friends, and I put it like that. I've known her for 15 years. She's the one who actually help me out also with the clothes. But she's gonna come here on the opening day of this, because it's not open yet. We're gonna have an opening day, and she's gonna come all the way from Dallas to do an I Can Still Shine here. I Can Still Shine, meaning we're gonna have, she's asking me to get 20 women who we can help, okay? And those 20 women, they'll get gifts. And on I Can Still Shine, the way she does is we have speeches, And normally if you have a mayor or anybody, you know, and I'll try and contact a few people, you know, and see if they can come. And I'll try and ask my Waco women to come and help me on that day. She's basically asking for volunteers, and normally it's a volunteer thing. Our church members, I think we are women, and when you go there, women come, the ones that are having, and it's anyone, we're gonna put it out there so women can come on that day. When they come, they do manicure, pedicure. I'll try, if you know Medicaid ladies, I'll come and invite some Medicaid ladies here to come and do facials and everything. I Can Still Shine, she started that program because she was in an abusive relationship. She had a battered women foundation before that, then she changed to I Can Still Shine. So so the thing is, on that 20, we were thinking Sunday, but Saturday is the best day.
The 20th of what? What month?
January.
Oh.
Yeah, so we have a lot of time. So during that time we get volunteers, we try and get some women, because she'll give gifts, you know, we give things like that. And then we'll just have fun, we'll have worship, we can invite some people who come and perform, and then we'll have a bouncy house for the kids, we just have fun. And that day we'll introduce our organization to the other communities and to everybody in here. So what do you guys think? Yeah.
When you do, those people that may come out and do the demonstration, is that inside, or we just gonna go get a
We do it here. We do it in here because we can't do that in church. We'll have a church thing because this is a Christian organization, and what they do is we'll invite a speaker or pastor who can speak to women about them. And by the way, the Abuse Center have already agreed they're coming to give a presentation on that day about. I already made plans with them to come and make a presentation about domestic abuse. And then the rest we just going to plan as we go. I've been a one-woman show, but now I'm not a one-woman show with you guys, so we can just go ahead and if you have plans, and I'll tell you what I need, and you know, we just help each other because this is for us. You know, we want to be an asset to the community, not just you know, they just know we come to church, and New Jerusalem can be more than just a church, and that way even the church that helped me. If they were still here, if I was in Dallas, I would have still been going there. Because sometimes you don't forget who feeds you or helps you during that time.
That's right.
And I've never forgotten them. I don't, because I wasn't thinking I would want to remember them, so I didn't even write their name and everything. But I never forgot that. So you never know whose life you're gonna change.
That's right.
Just even you ladies, you know, whenever you're out there at work or anybody, or you hear there's a woman going through not even domestic abuse, but some kind of divorce and going through a lot of things that they need just encouragement. Those are the kind of women we need. And I know it's abuse. We're talking about abuse, but abuse is in many forms. You know, if you know, so it could be you went through a traumatic or whatever. There's so many things. So this is just something that I wanted to introduce to you ladies.
I like it.
And tell us what Pastor now can finish up, and I don't know.
Okay, so this is the thing that I had written out not years ago, but protect. I gave you, so basically, ministry, different ministry. My thing is always about ministry, not really the program type thing. Means that we need to serve people. Next week, we got that, I'll show you some stuff that we've been trying to do.
They said they wanted to do it now. It's fine.
Is it all right with the mothers?
Is it okay if they see it now?
Mothers say that.
Anybody that wants to go.
Yeah.
If you don't want to go out there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so what this ministry is about is to help, it's mainly women and children, but we help guys too. Man,
It's tough. You just when she have to go.
So, so, what we want to do